Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about the BYU Colorado game played in Boulder, Colorado on September the 27th of 2025, and that's coming up right after this. Hi everybody, welcome back to Just Justin. I am Justin, and yes, this is a BYU football game review. And so let's talk about Colorado and BYU. All right, so I'm just sitting outside of my house right now. Thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a different view than just my office or my YouTube studio. Just a sec. I just made some cookies. It's been a really eventful Sunday for me. I've been on the go since 7 o'clock this morning. So, yeah, very, very eventful. But it's okay. All right, so I listened to the press conference this week that Primetime had Deion Sanders, Coach Sanders of the Buffaloes. And he said, you know, they have to clean up some of their stupid mistakes, like pass interference calls and things like that. And they're going to come out fighting. And you know what? Colorado did just that. They came out fighting, okay? So, but BYU was favored to win the game, okay? But Colorado came out on fire. They scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. And I was thinking, what the heck is going on? What the heck? What the crap, BYU? You've never been behind so far this year. Yeah, of course. No, this is the 4th game they've played, but they've never been behind. And they've never been behind by 14 points this year. Okay? Never been behind. So, Colorado came out and scored 2 quick touchdowns. And then by the end of the first quarter, not the third quarter, but by the end of the first quarter, Colorado led 14-3. Okay? BYU was just able to kick a field goal. All right? But for the rest of the game, BYU came back and they scored 17 unanswered points. Okay? And then Colorado came back and scored a touchdown. And then BYU scored a touchdown to make it 24-21. So Colorado was heading down the field. They had some time on the clock. And actually, Coach Sanders was running a decent game and clock and time management, okay? But that's beside the point. And so Glasker, he intercepted the ball. He's the one who intercepted the ball in the Alamo Bowl, and he intercepted the ball here to end the game, to just put the game out of reach for Colorado because it was under 30 seconds and, well, BYU would go on winning at 24-21. Now, Glasker, who did the final interception, he had the opportunity to pick off the ball earlier in the game and return it for a touchdown, a pick six. I mean, he was wide open. I mean, he got it, his hands, it just went right through his hands, okay? So, yeah, we know that BYU won, 24-21. Now, let's talk about some of the issues that I've noticed, okay? And we'll start with BYU. Sorry. Yeah, we're going to start with BYU. Okay? Their offense is struggling. Okay? Yes, if you did not know it, but Bear Bruckmeyer is a true freshman. I mean, last night, the commentators, I think they said it like 12 or 15 times per segment. I mean, they were like, he's a true freshman. Yeah, he's a true freshman. Did you know he was a true freshman? Yeah, but they were just, yeah, it got annoying. Okay? Yes, he is a true freshman. And yes, I did notice there were some broken plays. He would go to hand it off, but there would be no one there. They were bumping into each other and stuff like that. There were some bad reads. But it looked like Colorado knew exactly what we were running. Okay? They, like in the fourth quarter, man, they were like in the backfield, tackling them, hand the ball up, boom, They're tackled. We ran a reverse, and it went for a long time. But they tried it again, and yeah, they were tackled for a loss. So, you're not thinking, does Colorado know what we're doing? And things like that. But yeah, Brock, he's got an arm on him. He has got an awesome arm on him. He threw the ball, and it went through the defender's hands, and we caught it. BYU caught it, and it was a great pass. It was a great play, but still, there's still some issues and things that they have to work out. A lot of people are saying that the offensive coordinator, Aaron Rodgers, for BYU is not calling the game like he should. Okay? Yes, they're doing a lot of running plays and stuff like that. They have some passing plays, but he needs to throw some more passing plays in there. He needs to mix it up. He can't do screens. He can't do, running 3 or 4 plays to the same side. No, you have to mix it up. I know. I'm just, right now, I'm just a front porch swinging arm couch, potato coach, okay? I don't coach. I don't go in there, but they really have to work on a lot of things. Now, Deion Sanders said in his press conference that they got to stop with the stupid penalties, like pass interference. And unfortunately for Colorado, but fortunately for BYU, they have some pass interference calls on that last touchdown drive by BYU. Colorado stopped them. Colorado stopped them pretty good. But they would get pass interference calls. Blatant pass interference calls right in front of the refs, holding and, yeah. So Colorado will have to continue to work on that. They don't want to throw any more games away like they did with the pass interference calls. Because late in the game, those pass interference calls can cost you the game. All right? So I have the utmost respect for Deion Sanders and the Buffaloes. Deion is bringing that school back. And he's going to take that team places a long way. He's got an awesome coaching staff, and he is going to take that team places. Now, it's unfortunate that they lost, but it's fortunate for us, right? For BYU. So BYU did move up in the polls, which is great. I like that. All right. So I have some stats for you. Okay. I got my trusty phone right here. Okay. So BYU had 66 total plays compared to 53 for Colorado. Yards was 387 for BYU, 291 for Colorado. Yards per play was 5.9 for BYU and 5.5 for Colorado. Passing yards was 179 for BYU and 119 for Colorado. Rushing yards was 208 for BYU, 172 for Colorado. First downs was 27 and 17. Third downs was 3 for 11 and 3 for 9. Fumbles were 0-0. Interceptions was 0 for BYU and 1 for Colorado. The penalties were 6 and 6. Okay, so it was pretty evenly on the penalties. The penalty yards was 34 for BYU and 67 for Colorado. The time of possession was 33 minutes and 25 seconds for BYU and 26 minutes and 25 seconds for Colorado. Okay, so yeah, on those penalties, like I said before, the pass interference ones really hurt Colorado, and they've got to figure out how to get that better. Okay, so now let's continue on talking. Yeah, I just got the utmost respect for Coach Sanders. Okay, now let's talk about BYU's defense. Okay, even though they did fairly good the rest of the game, only holding them to 7 more points from the second quarter on, they were giving up the run like crazy. They finally got someone to stick on the quarterback. All right? towards the end of the game, there was a linebacker or a quarterback spy watching every move of the quarterback. If you ran one way, they ran one way. If they ran the other way, they ran the other way. It made a difference because then they could go out and put pressure on the quarterback. They could make him throw. They even chased the quarterback down, and he 4th and 24 one time. It was, kind of like the Alamo Bowl towards the end of the game, where we were getting the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage. But the defensive's got to step up. I mean, we are only going to, not we, but BYU is only going to get tougher schedules. Okay, we got West Virginia next week. Utah went into West Virginia and beat them 48-14. Okay, West Virginia comes to Provo on Friday, October the 4th. And it's a Friday night game, 8:15 Mountain Standard Time, and it's on ESPN. Okay, love those night games and everything like that. It's really super nice. So next week, we're going to be concentrating on West Virginia to go ahead and have them come in and take control of that. BYU's got to get some stuff done. It's going to be a short week for them. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. It's going to be a short week, and it's going to be a good week. I have a feeling they just need to practice on some of their more basic skills and things like that. I would say blocking. The offensive line needs to block better, and the running backs need to get coordinated a little bit better. Like, if you're going to hand the ball off this way, make sure the running back's that way instead of over here. Make sure there's someone in the backfield. All right? So, But it was a good game. It was a nerve-wracking game for the first quarter because of the way Colorado came out and performing. I thought Colorado would come out hot and make a statement, and they did. But BYU was able to battle back and to win the ball game 24-21. That puts BYU at 4-0 and Colorado at 2-3. Okay, so BYU is currently number 3 in the conference, and Colorado is, I think, number 13. They went down a little bit, so that's always good, right? Well, good that BYU's up. Colorado needs to come up in the polls. Not in the polls, but Colorado needs to come up in the conference. And I think they will. I think they'll be in a fairly good spot towards the end of the season. All right? So that is it for the BYU Colorado review. I thought the game was really super good. Nerve-wracking, painful to watch, but it was an ugly win, but a win is a win. So, look forward for me next Saturday. I'll be doing another review on the BYU West Virginia game, and I will put out a couple more videos this week. One will be talking my thoughts on the upcoming BYU and West Virginia football game, and just another video. Maybe I'll put out a couple of them. I don't know. Life is rough right now, you know that? But if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And so hit that subscribe button down below to subscribe to Just Justin. I do a lot of things on this channel. It's a no niche channel, so I do cooking videos. I need to get back into those. Like, I just made chocolate chip cookies today. We should really get back into that. I've got some good recipes that I should be filming. I talked about my carnivore diet. I kind of stopped doing that because I under stress, and I love to eat sugar when I'm under depressed and stressed. I talk about BYU, and I just talk about random things, okay? So, I am a no-niche person on this channel. So, and you want to hit that bell notification when you subscribe so you'll be notified anytime I post a video, like this video, okay? All right, guys, I hope you guys like this. Why don't you guys leave some comments down below? Like, what did you think of the game? Do you think BYU's offense needs to get better and improve? Leave those down leave them down below. I would appreciate it. All right, guys. Until the next one, I will see you later. Bye. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. BYU football and other videos here on Just Justin. Subscribe and watch that other video.